The evening sun of Emerald Hill dripped gold through the window blinds, pouring a warm glow across the marble floor of the Adigwe mansion. In the heart of the sitting room, Amara stood, polishing the glass table until it gleamed like still water. Her skin, dark and radiant, caught the light beautifully. Her beauty wasn't loud. It was soft, deliberate, the kind that made people stare twice without understanding why. From upstairs, a woman's voice echoed. "Amara, have you finished cleaning the living room?" It was Mrs. Adigwe, Clara Adigwe, the mistress of the house. Her tone carried authority, the kind that came naturally from years of being respected. "Yes, ma. Almost done," Amara answered quickly, her voice sweet but trembling slightly. She knew Clara didn't like her much. Not because Amara did anything wrong, but because of how Mr. Adigwe, Chike, looked at her. Started small. A compliment here, a little extra cash there. Then one evening, as Amara served dinner, his eyes lingered longer than they should have. She caught the look. Every woman knows that look, the one that drips with curiosity and temptation. She smiled back innocently at first, but something inside her awakened that night, a whisper she couldn't silence. She began to dress differently. Nothing outrageous, just calculated. Fitted tops that clung in the right places. Perfume that followed her like an invisible song. And soon the house changed. Chike began spending more time at home, suddenly preferring to eat dinner cooked by Amara. He would call her name in the mornings, ask her to help with small things, fetching files, ironing shirts, cooking his favorite yam porridge. Clara noticed. First she brushed it off. But one evening, when she came downstairs and saw Chike laughing at something Amara said, that laughter, the deep, unguarded kind, burned her inside. She hadn't heard that laugh in months. "Amara," Clara said sharply, her eyes cold. "You can go to the quarters now." "Yes, ma," Amara replied softly, lowering her eyes. But as she walked away, her heart wasn't filled with fear. It was filled with pride. He's already halfway mine, she thought. Days turned into weeks. Clara became more distant, consumed by suspicion and sleepless nights. Chike and Amara, on the other hand, grew bolder. He started sending her text messages, harmless at first, but later turning suggestive. "I can't stop thinking about your smile. Don't wear perfume today. I might not survive it." Each message made her heart race faster. She began to dream, not the kind of dreams where she remained a maid, but ones where she became the madam, where she sat in the same chair Clara sat, wearing the same silk robe with Chike's arm around her waist. But dreams can be dangerous when they start to feel like destiny. One rainy afternoon, Clara fainted while eating lunch. Chike rushed her to the hospital. The doctors said it was food poisoning, mild but concerning. The strange thing? Amara had cooked that meal. No one suspected her yet. Clara recovered after 2 days, but her instincts screamed louder than her doctors. That night, while pretending to sleep beside her husband, she overheard his phone vibrate. She opened it quietly. The name on the screen, Amara Redheart. Her world went still. The next morning, Clara acted calm. Too calm. She called Amara to her bedroom. "Amara, I've been thinking," she began, smiling faintly. "You've been working hard in this house. I want to reward you. I'll send you to catering school in Enugu. You'll have a better future." Amara's eyes widened. "Ah, madam. Thank you, ma. God bless you." But deep down, panic set in. Enugu? That would mean leaving Chike behind. She smiled politely, but as she walked back to the kitchen, her mind turned dark. She couldn't let that happen. Not after coming this far. That night, as she watched Chike laugh on the phone with Clara, jealousy tore through her like fire. Her fantasies whispered again. If only Clara was gone, and that whisper became a plan. The next morning, Amara walked to the back of the house where the herbal vendor always sat with his wooden table filled with roots and powders. "Good morning, Mama Nkechi," she greeted softly. "Ah, Amara, you fine girl. Wetin you want buy today?" Amara hesitated, then said, "I need something strong for stomach pain, but it should work fast, very fast." The woman squinted, suspicion flickering in her eyes. "You want use am for person?" Amara smiled shyly. "No, just for myself." The vendor grunted, handed her a small sachet, and said, "Be careful how you use am. Small thing fit turn big trouble." That night, Amara added a pinch of the powder into Clara's juice. She watched as the woman lifted the glass, unaware. "Thank you, Amara," Clara said. Her voice was soft, kind. Something inside Amara cracked. For a brief second, she wanted to scream, "Don't drink it," but she didn't. She just stood there, frozen, as Clara drank. Minutes later, Clara began coughing violently, clutching her stomach. Chike rushed to her side in panic. "Amara, call the driver. Now!" Amara stood trembling, tears streaming down her face. Not from guilt, but fear. The hospital was chaos. Doctors shouted, nurses ran. Clara's condition worsened. Chike paced the corridor, muttering prayers. Amara sat in a corner, whispering to herself, "I didn't mean to, I just wanted her gone." By morning, the doctor came out, his face grave. "Mr. Adigwe,
I'm sorry."
the words hit Chike like a hammer. He fell to his knees, weeping. Amara covered her mouth, shocked by the reality of what she'd done. But guilt has a short memory when ambition is loud. A week later, after the funeral, Amara began to comfort Chike. She cooked his meals, cleaned his clothes, listened to his sorrows. He, broken and vulnerable, leaned on her. 3 months later, she moved from the servants' quarters into the main house. 6 months later, rumors spread. Chike Adigwe is marrying his maid. Emerald Hill buzzed with gossip. Some said love was unpredictable. Others said it was madness. But fate wasn't done yet. A year into their marriage, things started falling apart. Chike became distant, haunted by nightmares of his late wife. Sometimes he'd wake up shouting her name, "Clara! Clara!" and stare at Amara like she was a stranger. The house grew heavy with silence. One night, Chike returned home drunk. As he stumbled into the living room, he saw Amara wearing one of Clara's old necklaces, the same one she wore the day she died. "Take that off," he roared. Amara froze. "But it's just a necklace." "Take it off," he screamed, his voice trembling. "You'll never be her." The words stabbed her like a knife. She turned away, her heart shattering. But what happened next shattered everything else. Chike slumped on the couch, clutching his chest. Panic struck. She ran to him. "Chike! Chike, what's wrong?" But he was gone before the ambulance arrived. The autopsy said heart failure. But the police investigation that followed said something else. Traces of the same poison found in Clara's body were found in Chike's bloodstream, and in the drawer of Amara's bedside table, the same sachet of powder. The next time the people of Emerald Hill saw Amara, it was through the iron bars of a prison van. Her beauty still glowed, but her eyes were hollow. When the judge asked her why she did it, she whispered, "I wanted to be loved." Silence fell over the courtroom. The papers called her the Maid of Emerald Hill, and her story spread far and wide, not as a tale of love, but as a warning of what envy can turn a heart into. Because in the end, she learned the truth too late. You can steal a man's affection, but you can never steal his peace. And peace, not beauty, is what keeps love alive. The end.